Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Robbie One Kenobi, and I am bringing you my NXT TakeOver Respect predictions. Of course, NXT TakeOver Respect takes place live this Wednesday on the WWE Network, and of course, the big match that this show is all about, that this whole show is that this whole show revolves around. Excuse me, I should say, is the first ever 30-minute women's Iron Man match between Bayley and Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm so excited for that match because I know these two women are going to deliver another incredible women's wrestling match. I don't know if it's going to top their NXT TakeOver Brooklyn Classic, but I'm sure they're going to deliver another great match. And I mean, this is the first time ever in NXT history that two women have main evented an NXT TakeOver special or any NXT 2-hour special event in general. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that, and this is just huge for NXT. And this indeed proves why with NXT the future is now. I mean, look what they're doing with great women's wrestlers like Bayley and Sasha. I'll get more into the main event towards the end of this review, and I'm gonna try and keep this review under 20 minutes. Or preview, excuse me. I always say, that's the second time I've said review. Yeah, towards the end of this preview, I'll get to Bayley versus Sasha, and I'm going to try to keep this prediction video under 20 minutes. But yeah, the full card is a 6-match card. I thought it would have been 7 because I thought there was going to be the Vaudevillains and Blue Pants versus Blake Murphy and Alexa Bliss based on what happened during the NXT Tag Team Championship match a few weeks back, but they're probably saving that match for TakeOver London in December, which is totally understandable because I mean, look at time constraints and whatnot, especially for the women's Iron Man match. Like, that's a full 30 minutes, so probably not enough room on that card for a 6-person tag match, but I'm not complaining. The full card itself looks good. I'm looking forward to the show as always. You know, NXT always puts on a good to great TakeOver show. So let's get right down to my predictions. So first match on this card, Asuka versus Dana Brooke. This, of course, is Asuka's debut here in NXT. And it's funny because 2 months ago, or pretty much 2 months ago, we had the debut of Apollo Crews at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And now this month we have the debut of Asuka, best known as Kana, one of the most renowned women's wrestlers from Japan. And it's pretty easy to say Asuka's going to win this match. I like Dana Brooke, but I still haven't seen that one breakthrough performance that convinces me that she can be a top women's wrestler on NXT. I do believe she can be a top women's star. The only thing is I haven't seen that it factor yet from Dana. I still think she's a little green, but I do think she's getting a little better in the ring. But I'm looking forward to this match. Like I said, Asuka is going to win this most likely because it's her debut. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table. I think it's cool that, NXT has Hideo Itami and now Asuka. So, a little bit of Japanese flair on the NXT roster, excuse me. And what's funny about Asuka is, I said this when I first saw her. I don't know why, but when I see her, she reminds me of Asuka Kazama from Tekken. Not just because of the name, but because of the look. I don't know if it's the short hair or whatnot. Yeah, random. But anyway, I predict Asuka will win. And like I said, I'm just looking forward to seeing what she brings to the ring and what she brings to the table here in NXT. Now, earlier I mentioned Apollo Crews, and he is featured in the next match, which will be Apollo Crews versus Tyler Breeze. Apollo Crews so far has been looking strong on NXT since his debut at TakeOver Brooklyn, and this is not hard to predict as well. With the role he's on, I pick Apollo Crews to defeat Tyler Breeze. My only complaint is that it's unfortunate that once again Tyler Breeze is gonna be on the losing end, because you guys know how much I like Tyler Breeze. I'm a big Tyler Breeze fan. I believe in the guy. I think he's a great talent. I think he's a dark horse. Unfortunately, Tyler Breeze has not had great success at these TakeOver specials. Excuse me. He has only won once at TakeOver, and that was at the inaugural NXT TakeOver event when he beat Sami Zayn for the number one contendership to the NXT Championship. And at that time, I thought he was going to win the NXT Championship. Since NXT TakeOver, Tyler Breeze lost in the Fatal 4-Way, although I don't believe he was the one that was pinned. He lost to Hideo Itami at Rival. He lost to Finn Bálor at Unstoppable. And then he lost to Jushin Thunder Liger at Brooklyn, at TakeOver Brooklyn. So, unfortunately, while NXT has done a lot of great things so far with building young talent, building the future, I don't understand why they haven't given Tyler Breeze that chance to shine on one of their TakeOver stages. I still believe in Tyler Breeze. I really want to see Tyler Breeze eventually ascend to the top of the NXT roster and become NXT champion, but I know for a fact he's not going to beat Apollo Crews. Now, if he beats Apollo Crews, I'm going to be surprised. I won't have a problem if Apollo Crews loses to Tyler Breeze, because this may be like the make or break fight for Tyler Breeze. But honestly, after this match, Tyler Breeze needs to start getting big wins, and the people over at NXT need to really, really have faith in him, because like I said in my TakeOver Brooklyn video, when Finn Bálor, Samoa Joe, Apollo Crews, Hideo Itami, when they all go to the main roster, and Sami Zayn, who's most likely going to join the main roster in January, when they go to the main roster, who are going to be your top male stars? Tyler Breeze. I could see Tyler Breeze being the leading man on NXT, but they just got to give him a chance. And I have for weeks been trying to get this hashtag, try to get this hashtag trending. Give Tyler a chance. Guys, just do me one favor. If you're listening to this, just take 2 seconds out of your day, go to Twitter, get a picture of Tyler Breeze, mention him, and tweet hashtag give Tyler a chance. That's all I have to say. But like I said, I'm picking Apollo Crews to win this. Next, we have the 3 matches in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. 2 semifinal matches, and then, of course, the finals. Semifinal match number 1 will be Jason Jordan and Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin and Rhyno. And the second semifinal match will be Finn Bálor and Samoa Joe versus Dash and Dawson, or Dash and Dawson. Dash and Dawson, excuse me. I can speak English. Right off the bat, the first semifinal match, I'm picking Jason Jordan and Chad Gable to win. They are a good young tag team. They have that amateur wrestling background. Chad Gable is over like $1 million with his, rally towel. I love it. I want my own Chad Gable rally towel. And these two guys, some people have said that Chad Gable is going to be the next Kurt Angle. Most likely, but you know what? I see things in Chad Gable. I see lots of potential in Chad Gable. There's only one Kurt Angle, but because of his gimmick and everything, I think Chad Gable will be a good successor, so to speak, to Kurt Angle. But, Gable's a good performer, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he evolves in the ring. I think Jordan and Gable could really benefit from winning this entire tournament, because in the second semifinal match, there's no doubt that Joe and Bálor are winning that match, unless Joe and Bálor have miscommunication that leads to Dash and Dawson picking up the biggest win of their careers on NXT. So in the first semifinal match, I'm predicting Jordan and Gable to win. In the second, I'm predicting Joe and Bálor to win. And then in the finals, I'm going with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. Now, if Bálor and Joe win, I won't have a problem with it. But I am rooting for. I love Finn Bálor, and I'm a Samoa Joe fan. But I'm rooting for Jordan and Gable. I like Jason Jordan, but I'm more of a Chad Gable fan. And honestly, like I just said, I think it would benefit Jordan and Gable to get a big win over renowned international stars like Joe and Bálor. Now, if Joe and Bálor win, I could see maybe William Regal saying, because of your victories in this tournament, Joe, I am granting you the number 1 contendership to the NXT Championship, and that sets the stage for when Bálor and Joe collide later this year at TakeOver London for the NXT Championship. But because there is no prize on the line at the end of this tournament. This tournament, is to honor the late great American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And what's been unique about this tournament is the teams that have entered in it, these unique tag team combinations. Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey. I didn't see much in that team, but I thought it was unique. Bálor and Joe, like I said, 2 renowned international stars. Jordan and Gable. They've been on a roll since they first paired up. Baron Corbin and Rhyno, a unique team of hard hitters. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who I was really surprised lost like in the second round, but I found out that they're still pretty much free agents. This tournament has just been unique. But my prediction, Jordan and Gable to win their respective semifinal match, go on to the finals and win the finals, because I think this kind of win would ultimately do big things for their career. I haven't been much of a Jason Jordan fan. I know he's a good amateur wrestler, but I do like the team. I do like this team he's with, him and Gable. I like him as a team. I like their finishing move, and I think this is the chance for them to really break out big time, especially Jason Jordan, because he's been on the NXT roster for a while now. So I'm predicting Jason Jordan and Chad Gable to win, but wouldn't be surprised and really wouldn't be upset if Joe and Bálor win the finals. And finally, guys, we get to the main event. And like I said, this is what the show revolves around. This is what the show is all about. 30-minute women's Iron Man match. Bayley defending her NXT Women's Championship against the boss, Sasha Banks. I'm excited for this match. I know they're going to put on a hell of a match. I don't know if they're going to top their NXT TakeOver Brooklyn match, because that match was just incredible. I mean, the atmosphere, the storytelling, the emotion, I don't know if they'll top that match. But don't get me wrong, they'll still put on a hell of a women's wrestling match. And seeing Sasha and Bayley main event a TakeOver special, it's great to see that Triple H sees let me rephrase it. It's great to see how much respect Triple H has for these women, and that he's able to give them this opportunity to shine, to redefine women's wrestling, to revolutionize women's wrestling in a 30-minute Iron Man match. When you think of Iron Man matches, you think of classics like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, The Rock and Triple H, Cena and Orton. That was a really good Iron Man match. Think of all the performers, think of all the legendary wrestlers that have competed in a match the caliber of the Iron Man match. And for Bayley and Sasha to be the first 2 women in my recollection to ever have a female Iron Man match is incredible. And it's a testament to not only Bayley and Sasha as performers, but to NXT as a brand. I love WWE, but with what's going on with the Divas on the main roster, and then you look at what's going on with NXT and their women's division, I'm baffled, because the WWE main roster has real good women's wrestlers. Paige, Natalya, Charlotte, Sasha, Naomi's good. Alicia Fox, I think, is a little bit underrated. But it baffles me that they're talking about the Divas Revolution, yet they're having the same damn tag matches, same damn 6 Diva tag matches. And over at NXT, you're getting incredible women's wrestling, fresh women's matchups. You're getting younger talent, new, fresh talent that have potential to be top stars on that roster. It just baffles me. And I could make a whole video about how the NXT divas are far superior to the WWE main roster divas. But that's for another video. This is about, like I said, NXT TakeOver, respect, my predictions, and the Bayley and Sasha women's Iron Man match. So my prediction is Bayley to retain the title. I think it would be awesome if they tied at like 3 or 4 falls each, and then they went into overtime and went for another 5-7 minutes. That would just be freaking incredible. But I'm going with Bayley to win because Sasha's already on the main roster. I don't see Sasha regaining the NXT Women's Championship. I'm looking forward to just enjoying a great women's wrestling match. I'm excited. I love Sasha. I love Bayley. I respect the hell out of him. And I respect Triple H for what he's doing with not only the women at NXT, but just NXT in general. So NXT TakeOver Respect. You know, I'm looking forward to another real good show, and I'm looking forward to just a remarkable women's main event. So that's pretty much my predictions, guys, for NXT TakeOver Respect. To sum it up, my predictions are Asuka, Apollo Crews, although again, part of me will be rooting for Tyler Breeze and hope that Tyler Breeze can get that big do or die victory. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable to win the entire Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and Bayley to retain her NXT Women's Championship in the first ever women's Iron Man match. Excuse me. So, guys, those are my NXT TakeOver Respect predictions. Before I wrap this video up, I want to address one more topic, and that is the possibility of Nia Jax's debut at NXT TakeOver Respect. They've been hyping Nia Jax's debut up on NXT for a while now. I'm excited for when she finally arrives on the main roster. Of course, she is one of Rock's cousins. Now, I have a theory that Nia Jax may debut at the end of NXT TakeOver Respect. The way I see it is Bayley wins the Iron Man match, or Iron Woman match, however you want to call it. Celebrates with Sasha. They embrace one another, hug, sign of respect, everything like that. Then Nia Jax comes from out of nowhere, lays Bayley out, holds the NXT Women's Championship high above her head, standing over Bayley, and that's how the show ends. That's how I predict if they're going to debut. If Nia Jax debuts at NXT TakeOver Respect, I predict that's how it's going to happen. Or she may come out and lay out Asuka or lay out Dana Brooke and then let the NXT universe know that she has finally arrived. But because I got a feeling that they're going to push Nia Jax as a monster heel diva, if she debuts at NXT TakeOver Respect, she's going to most likely lay out Bayley, maybe even lay out Sasha Banks, hold the NXT Women's Championship over her head, and pretty much tell the NXT universe that I've arrived and it's my time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at NXT TakeOver Respect, whether Nia Jax debuts or not. But when Nia finally debuts, I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. And I'm looking forward to seeing her feud with Bayley and Asuka and possibly Dana Brooke. And maybe she will crush Eva Marie to the delight of the Eva Marie haters out there. Excuse me. But yeah, that's it pretty much, guys, from NXT TakeOver predictions. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who you're predicting. Tell me what your predictions are for NXT TakeOver Respect. Do you believe Nia Jax will make her long-awaited debut at the end of this TakeOver special or at next TakeOver special, in London? And, yeah, just tell me what match you're most looking forward to. Like I said, share your predictions. Make a video response if you want. Share this video with your friends. And that's pretty much it, guys. So everybody have a good day, night, or whatever time you're watching or listening to this video. Please do have a good day. Shout out to you, Paul, if you're listening to this. And I'll see you guys later.